Let's hope that we are in for a better Wednesday after a rather scary Tuesday. And will it be a better Wednesday? Well, so far the breath is improved. Good news. The breath has improved. Then now let's look at Z. I'm just going to look at stocks purely based on price action, not so much so in terms of news action, because that's where you want to look at. Now look at the market and look at the casualties in the market. Wherever there is bad news, that stock is simply getting knocked like a sledgehammer. HDFC Bank is down, Z is bouncing back. IRCTC, IRFC, RVNL, all these stocks are down anywhere between 2 to 3%, and the downward spiral I think has started. Vodafone is the only odd one out from the mid-cap rank, mid-cap space, which I can point out is looking decent, but it's not looking like a great space there as well. Karnataka Bank, numbers were not that great, and there is a simple way in which markets just move these days. When numbers are not strong, they hammer you out of shape, and that's what's happening with Karnataka Bank. After a couple of quarters upbeat, when growth slows down, the stock gets just jammed. So banks, they continue to be on the receiving end. That I think is the problem. Today, minor jump here, minor jump there is visible, a Pidilite, a Indus Tower, but rest of the market in terms of the heartbeat, if I may say so, the heartbeat is not very clear. Railway stocks, Asha, up, down, that price action has started. It's crazy in nature. But frankly, look at Karnataka Bank, another casualty, mid-cap bank, but a casualty nevertheless in terms of result reaction.
Yeah, absolutely. In the meantime, just want to see what some of the other names are up to. Karnataka Bank, of course, is seeing relentless selling. I want to see what JSW Energy as well is up to, because the results were marginally soft versus what the street was anticipating. And remember, JSW Energy has been quite a highly HNI concentrated name. You're not really seeing much of a fall here, still staying put behind this name. Pidilite, the consumer business volume growth has come in above estimates, so look out for what that does. 3.5% of a jump coming in. Again, a very high HNI concentration stock. There's Indus Towers, which came out with its numbers. MGL, wherein the Q3 was above estimates. There's L&T Finance, wherein the NIMs have come in at an all-time high of about 8.9%. Asset quality also has improved, on a sequential basis. L&T Finance will just come up for you on your screens. But yeah, the mood across the private banking names, that really continues to be soured. Axis Bank, irrespective of an inline set of numbers, the deposit growth, remember, for them has come in excess of 5% sequentially, best amongst the private banking peers, but still the stock is down 4.5%. Kunal, what's the fate of private banks firstly?
I think the trend continues for the private sector stocks, and I think that's where we've been advising a lot of caution that not to venture into these stocks because they are cheap by 5%, 7%, 10%. You have to wait out for a point where the stability comes back into these names. Just to give you a data, the open interest jump in HDFC Bank is almost twice in the last 7-8 days of the selling for the stock price. That itself tells you the skew of the market towards these kind of names. In terms of opening trade, Indus Tower is something which I highlighted in the morning and yesterday. Still looks attractive at 217, 218 mark. So that's a stock which I'll look to trade in the open.
Okay, Indus Towers is a buy call, and that's Kunal's view amongst the private banking names. Naresh, your observation, any trend that you're picking up in the market right now, and of course your first trades too.
So in terms of market, what we are seeing is we are very close to the 200-day moving average on the bank Nifty. We've seen majority of the impact come from HDFC Bank. And today we've seen a very large volume take on a gap down today at a 3%, was a pre-open gap down. And we've recovered from those levels. So overall, the view is we are getting into a zone where we can see a sharper recovery from. So in terms of stock, continue like ICICI Bank, which is the new leader. So at 1020.25, that's a stock which could continue and make a new all-time high.